Grand Rising. Happy Thursday. I pray everybody's having a positive, productive start to your day today. If not, I pray that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High help you with that today. Also, I pray that He clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. It's that time of year. Keep me in your prayers. This is my third attempt to ditch coffee. I got my teapot set up in here, and I've got my tea this morning. So if I don't seem as peppy, that might be why. But nonetheless, I'm here with the daily devotion for from Sarah Young's Jesus Calling for October 17th, 2024. Anxiety is a result of envisioning the future without me. So the best defense against worry is staying in communication with me. When you turn your thoughts towards me, you can think much more positively. Remember to listen as well as to speak, making your thoughts a dialogue with me. If you must consider upcoming events, follow these rules. Do not linger in the future because anxieties sprout up like mushrooms when you wander there. And 2, remember the promise of my continual presence. Include me in any imagery that comes to mind. This mental discipline does not come easily, because you are accustomed to being God of your fantasies. However, the reality of my presence with you now and forevermore outshines any fantasy you could ever imagine. She references Luke chapter 12, verses 22 through 26, and Ephesians chapter 3, verses 20 and 21. Boy, isn't that easy to do. Worry about the things to come. It doesn't really bring up the past very much, but we have the tendency to do that too. So many people, myself included, we fail to live in the moment. We fail to live for now. What can we do now? What can we do to change the way we're looking at the situation? Is there something that we can do now that can improve our perspective? Well, something I learned a long time ago, if there's no action that can be done, then the best thing to do is educate yourself. If you've done all that you can do physically, you've taken all the necessary steps, and you've passed it on down the conveyor belt, the assembly line, the best thing to do is educate yourself. Educate yourself in the Word. Educate yourself in subjects that may impact or influence your situation. It's very important to use your time wisely. We're all guilty of it, sitting and scrolling for hours and accomplishing nothing. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, and that is a real temptation. And my suggestion for that is, if you have a tendency of doing that, make it positive things. Make it educational things. Go through and find pages that you can subscribe to or like or follow that are inspirational, that are encouraging, that are educational. It's amazing what you can learn in 90 seconds. And those little clip videos, if you're watching stuff that's educational, you might learn things that you would have never even thought to question. You know what I'm saying? It happens to me every day. You know, I'll be on there searching for, you know, maybe 30 minutes at a time, something like that. And the amount of knowledge that you can pick up, and okay, maybe you might not remember all of it, but it's better than watching angry things or sad things or discouraging things, because it's going to have a, you're going to get more of a euphoric feeling out of it. You know, it's going to get those brain chemicals flowing and teach you something in the process, whether it's how to overcome, whether it's how to be more positive and optimistic about life. You know, there's so many areas that we all need help. And there are so many different outlets to receive that help at this point in the world. You literally have infinite knowledge at your fingertips. If you're watching this, that means you have a phone or a computer, and that means that you have infinite knowledge at your fingertips. Just YouTube alone is full of just educational, informative stuff. Jordan Peterson, he's great. If you've never watched him, check him out. Barbara O'Neill, she's great. She's holistic medicine, natural remedies, a lifetime full of knowledge in both of those people, of good knowledge. You know, knowledge that's going to help you in your life. So many times it's easy, especially right now. Please be aware of the energy around you. Please see the red flags. Listen to your own body's energy. I watched a video the other day, and I don't know if I posted it or not, but it was about the changes happening with certain planetary alignments. I know a big one is Pluto, but we're fixing to go into we are already in pre-shadow period of the full moon. And so there's just a lot going on. We're getting to the end of the year. You know, the weather's changing, the atmosphere's changing. So just be aware of all of that. Like yesterday, it hit me out of the blue, out of nowhere. It kind of hit me in my video. And then it hit me even harder later in the day. So, you know, just be aware of those feelings that you're having. And how don't let it affect you any more than it has to. Be very aware of your thoughts right now. I think we're fixing to go into Mercury retrograde too. So just like it talked about in the devotional, it didn't bring up the past at all. Did you notice that? So don't let the past come back and keep haunting you. That is a loop that we are so easily trapped in. And I speak from experience. If you catch yourself getting in that loop, try to do something to get yourself out of that loop. We all experience sadness. We all experience pain in our lives. And yes, there are things that are going to occur, things you're going to hear, things you're going to see, things you're going to smell that are going to remind you and trigger you. Just don't get stuck there. Pray about it. Bring God into the situation. Pray to your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, the archangels, and of course the Most High. Give them the authority over your life. Give them permission to come in and help you. Ask them for help. I don't do it enough. I should do it more. But just starting the habit, just like with me, with my coffee and my tea. You know, making coffee, just like anything else, is a habit. It's a routine that I do every morning. Well, I'm requiring myself to change that habit. And the only way to do that is to replace it with something better. Like smoking. That's the other thing that I'm tackling this week. I kicked cigarettes at this time last year, and now I'm ready to come off the crutch. I've been smoking the cigars for a while, well, all year, as a crutch. And now it's time. It's time for me to lay it down completely. So that's also something that I'm trying to implement. So, yes, smoking is bad for us. Sometimes we can get caught up in that mindset, of all the things that we've done and continue to do that are bad, right? Well, put that into action and at least try to change it. Whether it's an action, a thought process, a routine of any kind, something that you do habitually that you know is not good for you. Put it into action. Don't just sit there ruminating about it and thinking about it and beating yourself up over it. That's not going to change anything, right? Look towards the future. What actions can you take? Whether it's prayer, physical action, removing something from your home. Like, say you don't want to eat carbs anymore. You don't want to eat bread anymore. Well, don't have bread in your house. Don't have that temptation right there in front of you. Eventually you'll get to where you can handle the temptation, but in the beginning, there was the word. But in the beginning, you really have to buckle down. And as you are successful in eliminating whatever that habit is, you'll be able to handle those temptations. But don't make it any harder on yourself than it has to be. The smoke and the tobacco, I accepted when I picked up the cigars that obviously, I needed another step. But I went from being a menthol smoker for 20 years. I kicked the menthol, I want to say it was holiday season it was this time of year. I want to say it was in 2021. And then, of course, then I went to smoking full flavor. I smoked those till the end of the year last year. Around this time last year, which, I give all credit to the Most High for that. Because I ended up getting COVID again for the third time. And, or something similar to COVID. I can't say that it was exactly COVID, but it was similar. And I felt like hell for like 3 weeks. But I didn't even want a cigarette. God was like, if you won't quit on your own, I'll make you sick enough to where you won't want one. And I didn't. I couldn't breathe. And, then I slowly picked up the cigars again. Just like with the coffee. I had kicked coffee. And then I got around a coffee drinker. Somebody that drinks coffee every day. And I love the smell of coffee. I don't necessarily like the taste of coffee. I end up having to put just as much cream and sugar as I do coffee, pretty much. I mean, not literally, but pretty much. So, me kicking the coffee is going to help me kick the sugar. So, see what I'm saying? Baby steps. Smaller goals to accomplish a bigger goal. I'm wanting to kick sugar. Well, I can't kick sugar if I'm drinking coffee because I have to have sugar in my coffee or I won't drink it. Well, I just won't drink it, right? And, with the tea, I use honey. And you can use agave nectar and there's another kind, I can't ever remember, Seagram or something like that you can use. So there's all different kinds of sweeteners that taste good with tea, but not with coffee. So I said all that to say, make little changes. Start small, work your way up. Don't get stuck in the past. Look towards the future. What baby steps can you take to start in that direction? Putting one foot in front of the other. Just take one step at a time and you'll get there. It may seem slow, but it's better slow than not at all. As always, be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life. And you never know the impact it could have on yours. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.